When feelings become the means of thinking, and or if we cannot think greater than how we feel, we can never change. To change is to think greater than how we feel. To change is to act greater than the familiar feelings of the memorized self. Dr. Joe Dispenza. What if I told you that the key to change is not found in what you feel, but in how you think? Dr. Joe Dispenza's groundbreaking insights into human behavior and transformation reveal a profound truth. To change, we must think greater than how we feel. Let us explore this. What does it mean? Dr. Joe Dispenza's quote challenges us to reflect on an uncomfortable reality. Many of us live in a cycle when feelings dictate our thoughts. Think about that. When you're upset, doesn't your mind seem to spiral into negative patterns? Yes? This is the trap of the memorized self, a term Dr. Joe Dispenza uses to describe the automatic reactive version of ourselves shaped by past experiences and emotions. Feelings, as the lens through which we interpret the world, is a common way that people live. How emotional memory keeps us into the loop of the familiar, even when it's harmful. Science reveals that our brains are wired for patterns. When we repeatedly feel a certain way, whether stressed or angry or even comfortable, we strengthen the neuro pathways associated with those emotions. Those pathways become default settings. To change, we must consciously interrupt these patterns and create new ones. How exciting for the new year! The role of neuroplasticity in creating new thought patterns is very important, and meditation and mindfulness can rewire the brain. It helps rewire the brain to think greater than how you feel, raising your vibrations above how you feel, whether it's hurt, angry, and if you have resentments, you raise your thoughts to gratitude, love, and forgiveness. And you do this routinely and it becomes a habit. And you have to become aware of those familiar feelings that keep us stuck. Dr. Joe Dispenza offers actionable steps to help us think greater than how we feel and step into a new reality. Number 1, awareness. Recognize the emotions and thoughts that you repeat daily. My little guy needs to go out.
Go on, honey. Go on.
Intentional thinking. Practice, we limit our beliefs. So we replace our limited beliefs with empowering thoughts. Like I said, especially gratitude will help us move forward into a life that we want to live. And elevated emotions means cultivating gratitude, joy, love, and forgiveness as tools for transformation. And number 4 is visualization. Imagine the future version of yourself who has already changed. I encourage you to pause and think about what that means. Who do you want to be? You want to be greater than your feelings. You want to be greater than anything that you've ever been before. And 2025 may be the time to do this. So, what are the feelings that you experience that keep you stuck? Write them down. And then during the day, why don't you recognize them and then change that? The power of this practice is evident in real life stories. People from all walks of life have transformed their health, their careers, and relationships by learning to think greater than they feel. Their secret is a commitment to the process of change, no matter how uncomfortable it felt at first. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about how people go into his 10-day retreats in a wheelchair or with crutches or with somebody helping them in, and they empower. They learn how to change. They change from the inside out by elevating their thoughts to be greater than their feelings. So that we have to be committed to change in order to change. And why does this matter? Dr. Joe reminds us that change is not an event. It is a process. It begins with awareness, grows with intention, and flourishes through consistent action. And dare I say, meditation. The world may pull us back into the familiar, but we hold the power to think and act greater than how we feel. So, thank you for joining me. I am taking a deep dive into Dr. Joe's teachings, as I have for the last year and a half. Some things took me away, but I'm back. And that whole idea of changing yourself is paramount to living a life that you want to live, not how somebody else wants you to live, not somebody else's opinion of who you are, but how you want to live by creating your thoughts and your visualizations far above feelings of dejection, hopelessness, and despair. There's a video that will show up right here. Take a look, like, and subscribe.